Williams Ecopedia, Volume 1, Topics in Sustainability from Arcology to Xeriscaping, copyright June 2010. This book is dedicated to all the pioneers who have and still are working hard to lay the foundations for a sustainable future. To fight congestion on the highway, we put in more lanes, which is like taking an aspirin when the real problem is you have a brain tumor. Tony Brown, founder of the ARCOSA Institute. ARCOSANTI. If you lived in Arizona for a while, you may have heard of ARCOSANTI, but don't really know what it is. I lived there for almost 4 years, and let me tell you about it. ARCOSANTI is the world's first prototype arcology. So what does that mean? The Wright brothers' airplane was a prototype which flew one guy about 50 feet, a meager accomplishment, but from their work we now have modern jet air travel. So ARCOSANTI as a prototype is a small version of an arcology, so one day we can develop a true arcology living to its full potential. Architect Dr. Paolo Soleri coined the phrase arcology in 1970. Dr. Soleri began the ARCOSANTI project to prototype his arcology concept. Arcology is made from two words, architecture plus ecology. I consider arcology to be the urban design concept of green architecture. There is, in my opinion, little work on the question of what truly ecological, coherent cities capable of housing millions would be like, and that is where arcology comes in. The foremost concept to arcology is density. Cities today suffer from a pathological urban sprawl fueled by the automobile and a desire to get back to nature. In most cities, nearly 2/3 of the built-over surface is roads and parking lots. If you think this claim is grandiose, the next time you're driving down a major road, take a look at how much area around you is road and parking lot, and how little is actually buildings. As the roads sprawl out and chews up the natural environment, people want to move back to nature. To do so, we create the modern-day suburb, often named after whatever natural vista was paved over to build the suburb and its attendant strip mall, names such as Shady Pines, Twin Lakes, or Pine Canyon. As the suburbs chew up nature, we go further out in nature to create more suburbs and pave more roads to get to them, ad nauseum. Now imagine eliminating the roads and parking lots and bringing the buildings together. The buildings would be on 1/3 as much surface area and so close it would be a dense environment. You could easily walk from place to place instead of driving, and you would need only your own 2 feet. There's a difference between density and crowding. Density is the intelligent integration of all of your structures, one building flowing into another. For example, at ARCOSANTI, there's an amphitheater. Surrounding the amphitheater is a 3-story building providing apartments, a classroom, a community room, and the administrative offices of the project. I could literally step outside of my door onto my porch and would have a box seat to the jazz concert. And my workplace in the office was literally 30 seconds away. Imagine having a 30-second commute to work. The dense environment brings the nature right to your doorstep, so you don't have to sprawl out into a suburb to get back to it. Pristine land is literally a minute's walk away. Everywhere at ARCOSANTI, there are breathtaking views, and you've never seen the sunset or the awe-inspiring beauty of a lightning storm until you see it from atop the ARCOSANTI vaults. A side effect of density is the sense of community. In a sprawling city, so much of our time is spent isolated from our neighbors that we lose touch with those around us. In an arcology, the closeness of neighbors and structures allows a flourishing of community. With less time spent on industrial cranking out of row after row of profit-making tract homes, more time can be spent to inject a sense of aesthetic into your work, and your whole built environment becomes a piece of art. A community that is a living sculpture surrounded by the beauty of nature's work. That's an arcology. Agriculture is an integral part of an arcology. My apartment had a lush grapevine for shade and herbs gardens at my doorstep. The urban agriculture makes a beautiful environment that stays cooler in the summer and provides food from built-over space. How many agricultural niches do you see running alongside Route 66? At the foot of ARCOSANTI, greenhouses and an all-organic farm provide dripping fresh vegetables. One of the greenhouses is even used as an apartment, combining an agricultural space and a living space together into one structure. Density. True, ARCOSANTI is lacking details seen in most sustainable designs. Solar panels are nearly non-existent, there's no wind power, no eco-machines, and the whole thing is built from concrete. But if you spend all of your time noticing what ARCOSANTI doesn't have, you will miss the important lessons ARCOSANTI holds. It is impossible for me to truly describe ARCOSANTI. You have to see it for yourself. I promise it will simultaneously blow and expand your mind. For those ecologists out there who say they never want to live in cities, ARCOSANTI will give you a vision of an urban lifestyle you never imagined. ARCOSANTI is open to the public and quite visit-friendly. There are daily tours, a cafe open for lunch and dinner with vegan options, and guest rooms. I recommend you find a weekend with a concert or event and rent a guest room. While there, meet the residents, eat at the cafe, stop by the bakery, take a splash in the pool, and take a tour and a hike. Enjoy the whole weekend. For more information about the ARCOSANTI project and a schedule of events, visit their website, www.arcosanti.org. Thank you. The end.